I'm calling it right now. The weak trio are fighting the Gorosei. Welcome everyone. My name is Flip, and back in 1109, the chapter, I made a prediction, and it's the moment that the Gorosei arrived to Egghead Island. I noticed one thing, and it is that their main goal right now is to head over to the Labo phase. Who's at the Labo phase? The weak trio. I already know the pairings, and back then I already knew Luffy may be strong, very strong with Gear 5, but I don't think he's able to hold Saturn, which has already been powerful enough, and all the other four Gorosei. And I was immediately proven right in chapter 10, 11:10, when the Bakotsu whisked past and he was left with the four of them. I was sure that Luffy was going to hold Saturn and another one, at least another one, and that I predicted originally back in my reaction that Sanji was going to be the one to fight one of them, but that didn't really make much sense later on. I figured out because he was carrying Vegapunk, so I left that to one of the giants. I was eventually proven right. Luffy was fighting Saturn, Jupiter, and Hoki. Hoki being held specifically by Dorian Broggy. So I had immediately figured out. I thought at least two of them were gonna make it all the way to the level phase. Specifically, of course, back in chapter 1085, we saw the silhouettes of the Gorosei, and I figured out immediately. I thought if anyone is gonna make it up there immediately, is the giant bird one, which of course turned out to be Saint Marcus Mars, being the Itsumare. I was sure of that, and I was proven right. In the next chapter, he went all the way up, and then to my dismay, Sanji called Usopp and told him, "Hey, you gotta get out of there. A monster's coming." And I was ecstatic because I was sure the weak trio is gonna be fighting. And this is the thing: we gotta realize, right? Aside from Zoro and Jinbei, of course, the weak trio is the only ones that are up there. Because even though Robin's also up there, back in chapter 1090, when they came back, we were told that Robin mysteriously got injured, which Chopper was taking care of, and Kaku was also injured, which of course in 1111 that turned out to be a big thing because now that the Itsumare is here and Rob Lucci is pleading to him, "Hey, please save my partner who's still in the control room." But of course, the plan of the Gorosei is to destroy the control room so that the message doesn't get out. This is where it comes along because now the Itsumare is here and our team is not doing much. So of course that takes a little bit of a blow to my theory. But the thing is, this is a moment that we need because with Kaku being over there is no way in hell that if they figure it out, the Chopper is gonna allow his patient to be injured. And there's also no way in hell that with Dorian Broggy here and the rest of the Giants here, that Usopp is gonna take that line down. I think that Lucci is gonna kneel his way over and tell them, "Hey, I know this is a lot of me to ask, but I need you. I need you guys to help me because my partner is still trapped over there." The weak trio is one that needs this. We could give it to Zoro immediately, and I will get into Zoro in a second. But the thing is, Oda Oda knows that even though we've seen some good feats out of these guys, Chopper was fighting Queen, and he was fighting Perospero back in Wano. Of course, we haven't seen much of Usopp because we've been waiting for Elbaf, but we've seen him back in Dressrosa do his thing, which we will never forget. The thing is, we still see them as the weak trio. We still see them as weaklings. Nami, Usopp, Chopper. And of course, even though I don't know how Nami's gonna fit into this, they are still extremely strong. Back in Wano, they of course took care of the fodder, which has already been said to be as strong. Each one of those fodder as strong as Arlong back in Arlong Park. And Arlong was this monstrous beast that could flip buildings. And Are we really like? If you ask anyone in the community, can Usopp beat Arlong? They're all gonna say, "Oh no, Arlong beats him." But we know already that is not the case. And I'm not trying to power scale here. Legitimately, they are Yonko commanders. The three of them, they're Yonko commanders. No matter how you see it, you may think, oh, but they are one of the only crew members that the Straw Hat, an Emperor, has. But we have to know. Usopp, for example, is a character that he will become the Sniper King. He will become the greatest sniper in the world. We know this. And who are three snipers that we have to, aside from Von Augur, by the way, Lucky Roo, Ben Beckman, and Yasop. Yasop at least being one that he has to surpass. Ben Beckman has been said to be as strong as Shanks, so how are we gonna take serious the man that is gonna surpass them if we don't get him at least tag teaming with the two other weakest trio to finally show their worth as Yonko commanders? Oda has to do this so we can respect them. He has to remind us that they are powerful and that they can hold their ground. And now Zoro, of course. You may think Zoro is gonna take care of it, Jinbei is gonna take care of it, they're up there as well. But this is the thing. With Venus Juro being one that's blitzing around the island, I am pretty sure that even though they can communicate telepathically, he knows that not only does he need the backup, because their goal is to destroy the place where Kaku is right now, so that the message isn't sent across, but also that Robin, who for some reason is injured and cannot fight this round, is up there as well, and they have to take care of her. This is something that they've already said. So I believe that Venus Juro, being the swordsman that he is, of course, immediately fated to fight against Zoro, is gonna head up there and he's gonna try to kill Nico Robin. So this would be a great moment for Zoro to not specifically trying to defeat him, but instead to delay him so that Jinbei can go away with Robin. I feel like Zoro and Brook would be fighting Venus Juro, which, by the way, Venus Juro has Ice Blade powers. Immediate Brook, immediate, and also it's a skeleton. It's a skeleton horse, bro. I didn't even think about that until just now. It's a pairing perfect from Zoro and Brook. I don't see a way that the pairing doesn't happen. And of course, I already said the thing about the weak trio doing their thing. So I am very adamant in believing that at least these two pairings are gonna be happening. And Usopp has to. He has to prove that he is a brave warrior of the sea. There is no way I see him running away from this, because he will never be able to live with himself. Running away in front of his masters? Not happening. Absolutely never happening. I just don't see a world where it happens. And the remaining three, I still feel like the Hoki might just be defeated by Dorian Broggy in and of itself. We just saw some Tubman Mercury, the Hoki, do some big things, but I still think like he's gonna be defeated by them. And I think Luffy, if anything, is gonna be held back by Jupiter. They just cut Jupiter in half. But the thing is, if you know anything about worms, apparently they can regenerate, and not only can they regenerate, they can split into um two different worms. So essentially, the man can multiply. Luffy would be having to fight against two. Of course, it's one, but he would have to be fighting against two Gorosei at the same time, and I feel like they're gonna hold him back. And Saturn, being the big villain, aside from all the others, being the big bad villain of Egghead Island, he's gonna go all the way up to Bonnie, where Frankie is, and Frankie's gonna have to at least delay him or do something. But I don't see Saturn staying there. Saturn is gonna make it all the way to the goal of the arc, which is getting to the port where Bonnie and Kuma currently are. And Frankie is gonna have to do something because he's legitimately the only person right now there that can actually do something. And Venus Juro is going around defeating all the pacifista. Um, not for nothing, but Frankie is one of those. I know we've gotten off topic, and I've already covered the weak trio stuff, but these are the pairings that I feel like will happen. I don't think we'll see Sanji do much anymore. I think he will do some stuff, but I think this is about it. So this is what I wanted to cover. I just want to put my opinion out there so people know that I said this before it happened, before Usopp did his big thing and became the brave man that he's supposed to be and fight that Itsumare. And same for Chopper, he will never be letting down one of his patients while he's still in his care, which he still is. So, with that in mind, I will see you on the flip side. Take care, everyone. Goodbye.